Hey there everyone, how's it going? I'm Tharun, and in this video we're going to continue on with our CSS series. So in particular we're going to start off with CSS Colors. It's so beautiful, CSS Colors is so beautiful. Let's get right into it. Okay, so in index2.html, I just copied the code from index1.html to index2.html because I just want you guys to have the code. If you remember, the code is available in GitHub and the link is posted down in the description below. You could just download the code and use it. Okay, so let's just remove this unnecessary part. Okay, so we have the h1, we have the p, and we have the table, right? So let's start with HTML colors. So we have this, right? The first thing I would like to do is just let's quickly, okay, so all of the text is center line except this table. Let's just remove the table for now. We do not need that. Cool. And let me just quickly soft wrap it. Okay, so we have it set up. That is within the style tag. I've used the body. I removed the table here. Okay, so we have that. Now what I would like to do is, okay, let's open up a new CSS file. Let's call it style2.css. Okay, style2.css along with index2.css. Okay, so within style2.css, let's just quickly link it up so that we could lively see it there too. So you write link rel equals to style sheet with href equals to css slash style2.css. So why did I write this? Link tag is used to link the CSS style sheet, okay, and rel tells what it is. It is a style sheet. Then href is to specify the location of the style sheet. So here, if you have noticed, we have it within the CSS folder, right? So that is why it's showing like this. So that is why this path is given. Okay, so if you're wondering what these colors are, that is just because this folder is connected with the Git repository. Okay, nothing else. If you don't get it, then don't worry. It's completely alright to not get it. So you have that. So I think we have styled it up. I think we have linked it up. So let's just start styling the things up. Now what I would like to do is quickly show you about colors, right? So let's just use body, the body tag, and within this I would like to change the background color pretty quick. Cool. So the background color dodger blue brings up this thing. There are other colors like tomato also. Okay, there are pretty awesome color names, and there are other ways in which you could specify the colors. I'll show you just in a minute. But we'll use this dodger blue for now, and then we could use COLOR is for the text color. Okay, that we could give white. Okay, and we could change the font size to say 30 pixels. Okay, we have that. And now let's just experiment with the paragraph's color. So within the paragraph, let's just experiment with it. So WHITE is one way in which you could specify the color. The other way is the hexadecimal values. Like if you give all zeros, it's going to be white, or is it? It's going to be black because I missed a zero there. Okay, it must be 6 zeros or 3 zeros. If it is of the same color, then it could be 3 zeros. For example, I could use 3 zeros, it's going to be same. And FFF is the maximum value, and that's white. And all of the colors between 0 and F, all of the different combination between 0 and F gives you the various colors. Okay, so that is one way in which you could mention the colors. The other way is RGB values, which range from 0 to 255, and they each one specifies red, green and blue, same as hexadecimal. If I had forgotten to mention you, even in hexadecimal, the first 2 digits mention the intensity of red, the next 2 digits mention the intensity of green, the next 2 digits which come after green mention the intensity of blue. Okay, the same thing goes for RGB too. You could use 0, 0, 0, that is 0 green, that is 0 red, 0 green, 0 blue, and once you save it, it's black there. Okay, so that is how it works. So that is one thing. If I add a letter A there, it is going to include the opacity too. For example, I could demonstrate this using the background color. Okay, paste, and if I save it, it's going to be all black. Okay, if you're wondering why this is black too, because we have used this one. Let me just quickly change it to white. So you have that. So if I want to play around with its transparency, then that is the fourth parameter in rgba. If I use 0.5, that is 50% transparency, is going to change into that. If I use 0.7, that is 70% transparency. No, 70% opacity, it's not transparency. Okay, and if I use 0.9, it is 90% opacity. So you could play around with that and learn a few things. That is another way of mentioning the color. There are pretty, I think 2 or 3 more ways in which you could mention colors, but we don't use that much often. The things which are used are these normal mentioning of colors. Otherwise you use the RGB values or use the hexadecimal values. Okay, it was pretty fun studying about CSS colors, so can't wait to see you in the next tutorial. See you there. Goodbye.